Joining us now is Alvin Lockett. He is the Executive Director of RTTM Community Center, joining us on today's Megacast. Alvin, thanks for being with us.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you. Excuse the mask. I'm in a shared space and better safe than sorry, my friend.
Absolutely. We encourage that, and we totally understand. Thank you for being with us today. Let's start off by having you tell us about the RTTM Community Center and the services that it provides in Metro Detroit.
Sure thing. RTTM Community Center, we're a full service community center. Our mission is to provide hope and access. We believe if you have hope, that's half the battle, especially being in Detroit. But then the other thing is access. When people are able to actually um, get the resources that they need, it can change lives. So we do that by introducing our community to new individuals, industries, and ideas. So we have annual health fair. We host a we call it a Dapper and Don a Dollop Day, where people just learn about self love and get to see barbers and beauticians and stylists and get all dialed up for a day and feel good about themselves. Our main program is Blackout. It's a technical theater program where we teach young people lights and sound and content creation, and they write their own original plays. We're actually doing our first production this December, and right now we're gearing up for our Super Bowl in our program, Harvest Streets. On Halloween, we serve about 800 people in our community, and we've been blessed to have uh, sponsorship from Town Club Soda, Uncle Ray's, Nick's Chips, Comerica Bank, um, Vault of Midnight Comics, Ari's Bakery, Dearborn Sausage. Just a lot of people pour into that event. So we're truly blessed for that.
And you mentioned access as being a key element of what your organization does for youth in Metro Detroit to get them access to some of these programs that are available, some of these amenities in the community that may be available to them as well. And talk about just how important that access is when these kids have those interactions to these different programs, these different entities, and have access to them really for, in some cases, the first time, just how that changes their perspectives on themselves, on the world around them, and what they can do right there in their community.
So if you're from the Detroit area, you've heard of Mosaic Youth Theater Detroit. It's a big deal. Being a young person was in that program myself. Access can change your life. I always say the coolest thing I've ever done in my life was marrying my wife. A close second was I got to do sound for DJ Jazzy Jeff. Tyler, I grew up on Drury Road in Livernois. So when people say the hood in Detroit, that is the hood. But someone showed me a whole new world. Hey, here's lights, here's sound, here are different places. And it changed my life. And I'm seeing it in our young people now. When they go to the Pistons games, which they probably never been before, but then they're paying attention to not just the game, but all the other things that go along with it. One of our major things that we're doing is we're introducing them to uh, Fortune 500 companies. So um, presidents of Comerica and GM are coming in and talking to them, not just about their day to day what you see, but all the opportunities that they can have working in those organizations. Just because you work at GM doesn't mean you're on the line. You could be an architect. You could GM actually has theaters. You can work in their theater. You can, if you work at a bank, there's not just bankers, there's marketing. There are people who handle the commercials, all types of roles. So just trying to get them to see different things available in Detroit, especially the city is on the come up. It is really progressing, and there are so many opportunities. And if our young people don't know about them, they can't even dream to do those things. So our goal is just to show them what's out there, and especially in our great city.
And you mentioned Q Blackout in that program and how that helps immerse kids in the arts in many different facets. And we have so many great creative people in the state of Michigan, certainly in the Detroit area, and that includes kids in the city of Detroit that are able to break out through these kinds of programs or other opportunities, and even on their own, regardless of these opportunities, and do amazing things and show the creativity that comes out of the city of Detroit. So for those that would like to participate in Q Blackout, how do they get involved with that? Where is that located, and how can they immerse themselves in these programs?
Awesome. That's a great question. So we are in District 3 Detroit, 9016 Van Dyke. Um, we started in our family's church, Returning to Truth Ministries. So we're on like 94 in Van Dyke, District 3 Detroit. And we have, it's open to anyone. Our goal is to just introduce as many people as we can to the arts. And the cool thing about our program is we're kind of a niche program. We focus on everything behind the stage. So while we do have performers, our main thing is showing our young people lights and sound and podcasting and video. And we always say that if you can do a podcast for yourself, you can do it for any company, anywhere, anytime. So these are transferable skills. And a lot of people don't know this, but Detroit is the second largest theater market in seats in America. And if you don't believe me, drive down Woodward and throw a rock. You will hit a theater. So not only is it a industry that's very popular, but one thing we learned is our young people are actually interested in it. Uh, because now we're teaching them how to really edit videos and add sound. So their TikToks are like, as my niece says, like on fleek. Like their TikToks are just getting better and better. And even the most nonchalant teenager finds these things interesting. So it's really cool. And seeing their families get involved and come out to the shows and learn things. And a lot of our programs have happened because the families are involved. Like, hey, their older cousin has a job interview. Oh, we need to teach our young people how to have job interviews. Hey, we need to do this. All right, let's figure out how to do this. So I always say my number one job as an executive director is to find out what my people need and then make it happen. So, and we're all for people just coming apart and coming out. So 9016 Van Dyke, I rehearse. We meet Saturdays from noon to 2 every Saturday. And we're in 2023, we're going to actually add more dates.
It's a few different places that you can learn about all this information. You can go to rttmcc.org. That's rttmcc.org, or visit qblackout.org. That's QUE blackout.org for more information. Another place you can get all this info is at sharedetroit.org, sharedetroit.org, where you can find more information on RTTM Community Center and 327 other charities and nonprofits in the Metro Detroit area. We're joined by Alvin Lockett, the Executive Director of RTTM Community Center, on today's edition of the Megacast. These are great programs that are really able to provide, as you said earlier, that access to some of these resources and really open up the world to these kids in Metro Detroit, certainly in the city of Detroit, to many different opportunities and avenues for them to express themselves and take control of things that they're interested in and turn it into great life opportunities. How can people support your organization at this time and in the near future to make sure that these programs are able to continue and these kids are able to have these great experiences all throughout our local area?
The best way to support is to follow our social, check out our website, come out, support our shows. We're doing a show December 3rd and December 10th. It's about the music of Detroit at our space. And our harvest sheets, like I said, is on Halloween. Come out. And these are free events. We just ask people to come out, tell a friend. Um, we always say, see what we do. Check us out, kick the tires, and then be a part. And like you said, we're so grateful for you all and Share Detroit for giving us this opportunity to tell the world about what we're doing. The city of Detroit has so many great arts programs and so many great things, and we're just really excited to be a part of it and bring a different perspective.
And there's so many great professionals in all these different industries that kids are then able to engage in through these kinds of programs and these kinds of organizations like yours at RTTN Community Center. And so if people want to give some of their experience back to the community and help out, are there volunteer opportunities with your organization?
Oh, most definitely. We are always uh, hosting events and really just want to hear people's stories. Being a theater company, we are all about stories and hearing people's stories. Some of the organizations that we work at, like GM, Comerica, we've had an opportunity to speak to their leadership, and a lot of times we just want to hear their story. A lot of times our young people just want to know what's going on. And if anyone wants to come out, share their story, be a part, um, you know, at our shows, help sell the popcorn, help get people seated, um, pass out flyers. We're always open to people being a part because we really feel that it takes a village, and the more hands makes the work easier, and diversity is so important. We want our young people to see not just the city, not just a certain type of person, but to be able to uh, work with, collaborate, and learn from others.
We're joined by Alvin Lockett, the executive director of RTTM Community Center, on today's edition of the Megacast. Again, you can find more information, get involved at rttmcc.org. It's rttmcc.org. We can also find more information on where they're on social media, facebook.com/rttmcc. They're also on YouTube, have LinkedIn pages and more. And of course, you can learn more about Q Blackout, one of their great programs, their media program, by visiting queblackout.org. That's queblackout.org for more information when they meet, some of their programs, and of course, to get in contact with them and get involved with the Q Blackout team as well. Alan, anything else we should be aware of about your organization, upcoming programs or events that people can participate in, or other ways that people can help your organization?
Yes, sir. Like I said, our Super Bowl is our Harvest Treats that is happening on our space, 9016 Van Dyke, on Halloween from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. It is a one-stop shop smorgasbord. You can come in. We're providing bags, um, all the candy, all the pops, all the chips that you can imagine, and it's totally free. We just really want to give back to our community. And like I said, at the end of the year, our play is called "It's a Woe Their Life." Um, the story of Detroit music is happening at our space, 9016 Van Dyke, on December 3rd and December 10th. Both performances will happen at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And these are free to the community.
Again, more information can be found on the website rttmcc.org. That's rttmcc.org. You can also find them on Facebook at facebook.com/rttmcc or search RTTM Community Center. And of course, on Share Detroit's website, we can find more information on this organization, get in contact with them, maybe help them out on some of the items that they may need to provide some of these services, as well as information of the same kind from 327 other charities and nonprofits in Metro Detroit at shareddetroit.org. Alvin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great day, my friend.